We're here. We made it. It's been a morning. Also, if you can hear Scout eating, so sorry. She's eating literally right here. But these are the things that I have to do to make sure she eats all of her food, which is really just follow her around with the bowl. But she's decided she wants to post up in her desk bed, which means that's where her food goes now. But she's almost done, which for Scout should mean like another 20 minutes. She is the world's slowest eater. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's crazy to be doing this on a weekend. It's funny how quickly this felt like not the routine, but also it feels very normal to be doing this again. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, got a few people who it's afternoon for. Morning. Yeah, happy Sunday, everybody. Yes, what's everybody currently reading? Hello, hello. Good morning, Scout. Yes, exactly. Things we do for our old babies. Yep. She's on a new medication, and for a while there, like her appetite went down as she was like adjusting to it, which it's gotten a lot better. But yeah, still trying to make sure she keeps the weight on so that we don't have to like try to get her to gain weight later. I'm so behind with TBR Spin. I haven't even started my June book yet. I mean, we're still in June. I won't tell. Where am I at with TBR Spin? I don't think I have my May book here, but when we did the June TBR Spin live show, I had not read any more of my May book. Are y'all done? Okay, thank you. Good. Now, hopefully, if you heard any mouth noises, they're over now. But you did a pretty good job. You did a good job. I gave you extra food today. So that was Picture of Dorian Gray. I have since finished it. I finished it a couple days ago. So that's good. I got up through May, which technically, considering it is still June, means I am fully caught up. And that's what I'm going to keep telling myself for the next 2 days. But I did end up enjoying it. I wasn't sure about it for like the first half. I was just kind of like, yeah, it's like I'm having an okay time reading it and everything, but it didn't give me like the vibes I was thinking it would. And then the second half, totally different. Like it gave me exactly what I was expecting. And I really liked that part. And then the other book, of course, Scout's right next to it. Thank you. And then my book for June is Long Walk to Freedom, and I'm about a third of the way through it. So I am working on it. I've been mostly doing the audiobook, which is really good. But I've read a little bit physically, but mostly I just pop in when there's pictures, and then I'll make sure to read all of those. Oh, she's back at it. She's back eating her food. Decided she wasn't done, actually. That's a good sign. Also, I have to get the wheel together because this morning I went on a run this morning, which I knew was like pushing it to do before this, but I woke up with enough time and I was like, that this will work. But then I got back, 2 different cats coughed up hairballs. I had to shower, obviously. My face is still red from how warm I was. And my hair dryer like sparked and is dead now. I don't know what happened to it. I fortunately do have another one, but that happened and scared me so bad. So I have not updated the wheel which basically means just removing last month's prompt, putting on a new prompt. But I am going to have to do that while we're together, which is fine. Okay, currently reading 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini, I think is the pronunciation. Great to be here on a Sunday. I have exciting news. I finished her kid today. Yay! How did you like Burnham Wood? Because I think that was your last book, right? For her kid. Congratulations. Everybody say congratulations to Sarah. Not me, Sarah. Rereading Frankenstein. Nice. Reading The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I have not read The Glass Hotel. I've read 2 of hers. I think. I don't really remember now. I know I've read 1 of hers for sure. I think I've read 2 of hers. Hello. Good morning. So excited for our spin. Can't believe we're halfway through the challenge already. I know. Crazy. reading the second Mistborn book, and Hamnet. Oh, I want to read the second Mistborn book. The Silent Patient. I DNF'd my June TBR spin, which was Red Rising. Wow. You might be the first person I've ever heard of DNFing Red Rising. Hello. Still reading my June book, Ruin by John Gwynne. Hi, Gemma. Yes, good job, Sarah. Reading the 13th Tale and also The Devil in the Dark Water. Who writes The Devil in the Dark Water? I can picture the book in my head, but that's it. Also not started my June book. That's fair. Loved Hamnet. Currently reading Service Model, and it's hilarious. Oh, I might have to look this up. I know this author for something else, but I don't know what it is. Are there? Yeah, there are things playing out of my headphones. That's just a podcast I was listening to on my run. The End of Loyalty, The Rise and Fall of Good Jobs. Ooh. I haven't started May or June. That's okay. You just finished Herkyed. That was top priority. I'm reading 2 library books that are due in a week, Children of Time and There Is No Anti-memetics Division. I mean, I believe that because I've never heard of that word before. My reading is not going too well this week because of the heat wave. My brain is melting. Yeah, it is so much harder to read when you're uncomfortable. And I feel like that's not talked about enough. Hopefully the heat wave is coming to an end, Amelia. Reading Different Class by Joanne Harris. I'm actually 100% up to date. This has never happened before. That is me for 3 months. And then at the end, I'm scrambling. Finished my June book this morning, but haven't started my May book. That's fine. I thought that that's what I was going to be that was going to be me. But then my audiobook loan ran out for The Long Walk to Freedom. And I was like, I guess I could read some of my May book. And then I just read it all. How are we feeling about Herkyed 3.0? I'm feeling great. I am working on editing my planning video, which has been going well, and I'm really excited about getting out. But yeah, I feel good. I do think it's going to be overall more difficult for me. But that being said, I did combine version 1 and 2. So I got to pick which ones were my favorite. Not to say that it wasn't still hard, because it was, but I think that this one will be more difficult. But I'm going to try to focus on the toughest prompts first. Still reading my June book, but that's fine since it's short stories and I always read those collections slowly and mainly while commuting. Yeah, I read short story collections very slowly. Reading Yesteryear, really enjoying it. I have Yesteryear on my bookshelf at some point. Morning, currently in the middle of The Emperor of Gladness. Also not started my June book yet. I haven't started my June book yet. Sparking is bad. Yes. Oh my gosh, it scared me so much. And Curtis was concerned because I did make a noise. Currently reading Biography of X by Catherine Lacey, which I'm really enjoying. That one I was very interested in, when it came out, and then that kind of fell off my radar. I'm curious to hear what you end up thinking of it. Listening to People Like Us, 10 out of 10, 85% in. Ooh. We had 40 degrees Celsius, 105 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. I got absolutely nothing done. Was busy staying alive. Yeah, fair enough. Today is, I think it's going to be in the 90s today, which is not bad. Oh, high of 89. But it's not bad here. Also, the temperature the sun is very hot here because the elevation is high. But it's the shade still feels fine, and it's nothing like Florida heat. Florida heat, there is nothing like that. Suffocating. You feel like somebody's breathing hot breath on you all the time. 100% humidity. Ugh. I hate it. Yay, congrats. I'm always fully up to date. I am such a square. No, that's good. I loved Burnham Wood. I didn't think I'd like it, but it was so clever. And the ending, yay! Oh, okay. I'm so happy. I like when people like the books that I like. Finished Quantum Space, read it with my husband. We're planning on reading the others together for the rest of the year. And in December, we're planning a book shopping trip to pick next year's stack. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I love that. Excited to spend some solid time in Throne of Glass tandem read. Oh, the big ones, the giant ones that you're supposed to like go back and forth between. Is it weird that because that exists in that series, I want to read it, even though I've not had luck with Sarah J. Maas in the past? But like, I want to. But it's only because, I don't know, there's something sick in my brain when it's like, that seems difficult to do. I want to do it. It's Stuart Turton. Okay. I almost said that, but then it felt very wrong to me. I have The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle on my bookshelf. But I think Devil in the Dark Water is one I've been interested in as well. Just finished my June spin book. Elena knows, I'm pretty sure it's Elena. And which I loved. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. Again, love when people love books that I love. Cheering today to see a cloudy sky. It's been too hot in the UK. Oh. But I'm glad that you have cloudy sky. Working on my June TBR Spin Playground by Richard Powers. Only about 20 pages in, so I have a ways to go. Yeah, I don't think I ever... Wait, did I read that one? I don't know. I know I've read the Overstory by Richard Powers, and then I read another book that was on a Booker long list, but I don't think it was Playground. Was it? I don't remember. I'm reading Rare Singles by Benjamin Myers. I hope I can finish it today. Nice. Does that mean you've read Alchemized? I know we got it on the same month. That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I actually haven't said the book I'm like actually reading. Well, technically there's two. I have a collection of short stories, so the Penguin Book of International Short Stories. The read along for this ended yesterday, but I skipped some stories in the middle because I went through a reading slump. So now I have like, I think 9 or 10 stories to catch up on. I think I'm going to continue doing like one a day. And then my actual main read is The Gate of the Feral Gods. This is book 4 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I've been having so much fun. I'm very close to being done now. Actually, I'm a little bit further because I read some of my Kobo this morning in bed before I'd fully convinced myself that I was going to get up and go for a run. So yeah, I only have a couple chapters left and I really want to finish it, but I'm going to be good. I'm going to start my whatever I get for TBR Spin. I'm looking forward to fall already. I can't stand the heat. I'm also already looking forward to fall. There are things I like about summer. I like being able to go for a run in the morning. Like that's really nice because I have a hard time motivating myself at any other time of day. And I like we go paddleboarding during the summer and that's really fun. And there are like summer activities that I like, but man, there's nothing like fall. I've been trying, and the heat. I've been trying to get through Red Rising for months and keep losing interest. So many people talk about how good the series is, though. So I keep trying. I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. I think that that's okay, too. It's good to be here again. I just know thanks to you, I will be motivated to read my book. Oh, good. Yay. Yeah. Glad to have one at this time. I go for the rest of the summer. I will probably go back to having the TBR Spin one be after work. But we'll see. I might be able to. I don't know. I don't know. Finished Herkid at 90%, which I'm very happy about. Nice. Oh, great job. Congrats on the Herkid finishes. Yes. Good morning. I'm reading The Dark Tower, trying to finish the series before the end of the summer. Ooh, wait. Is this a Stephen King one? I think. Because some of those are long. The first one's short, but some of them are long. I'll get caught up when I'm no longer a puddle on the floor. Yes, agreed. Continue just focusing on surviving. I'm currently reading 2 books simultaneously, Emperor of All Maladi and Bridge to Terabithia. I guess I'm crazy. No, I am reading multiple books all the time. And honestly, probably a lot of people in this group, in this chat right now, are reading multiple books all the time. I did indeed finish Alchemized. Wow. Oh my gosh. Great job. It was good. Not sure if it needed to be over 1,000 pages, but I did enjoy it. Luckily, I got a manga in June, so that was very quick in comparison. Nice. I need the heat wave coming to an end urgently. Temperatures over 40 degrees Celsius without having an AC in most places. Yeah, that's the main thing. is the no AC, because there's like no respite from it. Oh, I hope you're close to the end. I'm new. If it's halfway through the challenge, is there a point in starting? Yes, you can always start in the middle of the year. That works out fine. So there will be, I should have like a link to the Storygraph and things in the description of this. Hopefully, if I did that right. But basically what you do is, so if you want to join us starting today, you would pick 6 books. That's how big your stack would be for the 6 months that we have left in the year. And then we're going to spin a wheel that gives us a prompt that you use to pick one of those 6 books. And then that's your book for July. But you can absolutely join right now. I'm not a fan of anthologies. They are so short and are not always interrelated. Yeah, this one does a good job of being, I feel like it's a lot of unreliable stories, or like, I don't know how to explain it fully, but there's a lot of like thinking that you know the story, or like your grandparent is telling it a certain way, but then kind of finding out more to it, or like inconsistencies with it. But it like plays on that a lot. With the different stories, which is cool. But I wouldn't say they all fit that exactly, but I think that that is a bit of a through line, and like just the idea of storytelling and how important storytelling is in general, and like passing down stories. But there are some that like don't fully fit into that. I think it's because like some of these are just pulled out of people's other collections, or even like novels. There are stories that are pulled out of larger novels, which I'm not as huge of a fan of, because they weren't written to be a short story, you know? I feel you, Amelia. Friday was unbearable in the UK. Oh, just about to finish Ghost Wall by Sarah Moss, then going to continue on in the Singing Hills series. I haven't heard of this. Singing Hills series. Okay, another thing to look up. Oh yeah, I've learned that I can star comments so that I could look up books that people mention later. In Key's last podcast, she said she planned her kid 3.0 the way she did because of me, my method of customizing 1 and 2. That's crazy. But that's awesome, because I think a lot of people ended up doing like a mashup of 1 and 2. So that's awesome. Not to mention the humidity. Yes, humidity makes everything feel a billion times hotter. Like it's the worst. Also finished Ducks by Kate Beaton this week, thanks to seeing the recommendation. One of these sprints. So good. So good. I'm finding the tandem reading experience really cool. Maybe I'll try Throne of Glass at some point. I also have a sweaty 6-year-old that wants cuddles no matter the temperature. I thought that it was going to be like a lot of complaining, but wanting cuddles is almost worse. I signed up for her kid 3.0. I'm scared. There is the more chill versions, but also I think that like how Amelia did it, like just do as much as you want. Like it doesn't have to force your reading into anything that you don't feel like reading. And even like the way that I thought, that was kind of the way I thought I was going to approach it to begin with. I didn't expect to finish it, honestly. I expected to just do it for as long as I was having fun with it, and then to stop, or to like not finish it by the end of the time and be cool with that. But it ended up working out really well. This is not summer, this is hell. I'm 68% of Gate of Pharaoh God, so it will be alternating between that and being productive at home. Oh, fun. Oh, it's so good. The UK has the heat and no aircon anywhere apart from shops. Yeah. Do libraries have AC there? I'm currently reading Stay With Me by Oyobami Adebayo. I'm not sure on pronunciation, which I'm loving. I think I'm going to finish it today, so I'll be on to trot with my spin book tomorrow. Perfect. Yes, Dark Tower, Stephen King. You're right. Some of them are long, but I'm a teacher. Oh, so I have a lot of time at the moment. Okay. So you probably like summer despite the heat. We'll be trying to do Her Kid 3.0 also without doubles, but we'll see. Good morning. I'm trying to finish my April TBR Spin Underground Railroad. Having a hard time getting into it though. I haven't read it personally, but it's been one that I've wanted to read. Dark Tower series is one of my favorites. My daughter's middle name is Susanna from that series. Oh wow. I can't wait for Other Worlds Than These in October. Is that a new Stephen King? I'm behind on the Stephen King. Not that you can ever really be caught up at this point. I mean, I know certain people out there have like read everything. I may have gone to sit in my car with aircon on a few times. Oh, I made it my goal in June to get through all of my library checkouts for the first time in 3 years. I have nothing physical checked out from the library. Wow. Oh my gosh. Congrats. That's really good. Find me cooking something spicy in this heat. That's proof my brain is obviously gone. We're about to get that heat dome in the US. I may be to blame because I volunteered to bake cookies for the company 4th of July potluck. I am going to try Her Kid 3. It is intimidating. What do you think the hardest challenge will be? I think the one that would take the most, the birthday one. It's my birthday, I think. But also I think that it's more loose than I had originally thought with it. Like I was originally thinking I needed to like find my birthstone on a cover or written in the title or something. And like mine's topaz. It's not like the most talked about gemstone out there. Also, my tree, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently they're not all trees. Mine's reeds. And I almost wish I didn't know that about myself. But I think that you can go like with what the things like represent or like the personality traits they supposedly give you if you're born during that time. So maybe that'll be fine. I also think the anthology one, just because you likely do have to go like outside of your own TBR. The rainbow of words and the numbers in the titles, those ones too. And those have like a lot of them in it. So yeah. I like how your cat is so oblivious to everything. She's cute though. Her name is Scout. Yeah, she is 16 years old and she's deaf. So she is very oblivious of everything. They're making a movie out of Verity. Did you watch the trailer? I did not. I also haven't read Verity, but I have watched YouTube videos of people talking about their experience reading Verity. That's one of my guilty pleasures is watching people talk about reading Colleen Hoover books, despite the fact that I've never read a Colleen Hoover book. But they sound like insane and like real reading slump busters if you need one. Needless to say, I've not finished my June read of Count of Monte Cristo, so I'm probably going to read my July read and then go back to it. Yeah, that's definitely fair. I have a cuddly cat who I had to reject because of the heat. I know cats' body temperatures are so high, so they can they still want cuddles even when it's not that, even when it's like hot, but also they add so much to your own body heat. Not sure how, but I only had 5 books left in my TBR Spin bundle, so I've added Child 44 back to my pile that I'd previously swapped out. I have no idea which book I'd moved out of the bundle. Maybe you accidentally read one of them. Time for some pho during all the heat. Her kid goal was to get 1 bingo, 1 line, and I did. Blackout was not in the cards. Ooh, that's a good way to do it too. I like that idea. Going to read There's No, oh God, I can't read that word again. To everyone who likes sci-fi horror. Wait, it's sci-fi horror? It's about an agency that combats entities that eat memories. Okay, that's getting a star. I'm going to come back to look at that later. Then I guess I'll have to learn how to pronounce that. I've managed to finish both my May and June picks, so I'm back up to date, ready to pick my July TBR Spin book. Nice. I'm attempting Her Kid 3.0, and I've given myself milestones to hit. For example, 20 prompts, 1 line, X, etc., because I know I won't complete the full board. I like these ideas. This is so smart. I loved Stay With Me. I don't know what this is. I was going to try to look, but I can't. My YouTube channel focuses on indie and self-published authors, but I so want to get into the Dungeon Crawler Carl series and the Red Rising series FOMO. If it helps, Dungeon Crawler Carl was originally self-published. He did it during COVID and wrote a bunch of the books. And I think he was on book 6 or something before he got a real publishing company to publish them. That's why the covers of some of the originals are kind of horrifying to look at. I feel bad saying that. I'm pretty sure it was fan art that he used, but man, some of them are very off-putting. And I have those covers on my Kobo, which is not here, but I'm doing TBR Spin, but here for the not doing TBR Spin, but here for the vibes. If my reading challenges go well this year, I want to try TBR Spin next year. Nice. I know. I do really want to spin. Okay, we're almost to the bottom of the thing. Birthday square is the only one I have zero ideas for. Yeah, I think you can go more based off of like if your gemstone means that you are determined, then you can like pick a book with a determined main character or something. I don't own a car, but I might have extended my stay in the grocery store over the last couple of days. My tree is also reeds, and my name means downy bearded. That's kind of hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So you get it. Oh, Laurel, it is so cool about your daughter's name. I read the first 3 books when I was a kid, finally getting back to the tower. I have the same birthday options, and that was one of the squares I'll be lost on. Maybe I can steal your ideas. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the numbers and colors and the titles will be rough. Rainbow of Words, I'm doing color of the title following the FAQs. I know intention was originally color in the title. Oh, color of the title, but I had nothing on my TBR, so going easy route. I might do that as well. I didn't finish that video, so I'm glad you said that. I highly recommend the audiobook. Okay. I DNF'd. Downy Bearded is great. It is. You might like Elite Memories by David J. Gibson. It's dystopian sci-fi where people can have their memories placed in a younger body and live forever, but some get put in animals. Okay, that's a star on that comment. Bearded character on the cover. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Oh, I'm sure you could get like a romance easy too if you read romances. I'm gonna look for some wizard books. Ooh, yes, wizards. Wizards, they always have beards. You could do Kings of the Wild. I'm pretty sure Moog has a beard on the cover of that. I really love Kings of the Wild. Can you tell? I randomly picked up Stay With Me at the library and loved it. Heartbreaking. Verity seemed too much mind-boggling for me after reading it. I was like, mind explosion. It was the only Hoover book I've read on recommendation, and despite all the shit tons of traumas, the ending is actually twisted. Yes, it is an insane plot, and I do know that from all the videos I've watched. Okay, you all have to give me a second to just make sure I don't have the book. Does anybody remember the actual prompt we got last time? Actually, I could look in banners. I'll still have it in banners. Set furthest from you. Okay. So we need to make sure that one's not on here. And maybe to save time, we'll just go ahead and spin. I won't add a new prompt on there. We also still don't have swaps. I meant to add swaps back on for today. But because we've already taken so much time, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, so let's see. Screen share, where are we at? Why does it feel like a million years since I've done this? Every time I do it. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're just gonna spin. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna go. I haven't even like held up the books I've got. I'm hoping for a shorter book. These are the books I. Longest title by letters. Okay. And I would say colons count. So like if you have a nonfiction that's got like colon and then like a subtitle, that would count. Okay. Okay. I think I got a big one. I think I got the second biggest one, which I really didn't want just because I'm currently still working on June's, which is Long Walk to Freedom, which is also huge. Okay, the autobiography of Malcolm X. Okay, it's definitely not Pretty Girls. An Artist of the Floating World, technically possible. The Kind Worth Killing, technically possible, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a brief history of 7 killings. Wait, but Strong Towns has kind of a longer title than I realized. Oh, I also realized I think it has a 10-word title, which could work for Hercule 3. Okay. Actually, hopefully this helps for other people. It is really hilarious, the idea that everybody has to start counting letters now. Okay. Okay, 57 letters in the Strongtowns title. I don't think I'm going to beat that, but I think the closest would be A Brief History of Seven Killings. No, definitely not. Okay, Strongtowns. I really thought that this was gonna be it. Okay, how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing a good job counting? I'm glad we didn't get this when we still had like 12 books on the list. This isn't bad. And actually, I really wanted to read a nonfiction, so I'm happy with this. And I have a question for everybody. I'm gonna just copy this title real quick to put in the banner so that I can go big. July prompt. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to go big. Whee. Okay. So I have a question for everybody. Do you think bottom up would be 2 words or 1 word because it's hyphenated? Is a hyphenated word 1 word or 2 words? Just because I think I can use this for her kid to be either my 9 or 10 word title, which is great. But I don't know which one to use it for. Okay. Now let me catch up. Love, love, love Kings of the Wild. Yes. I'm going color of title for her kid too, so I could find options for these on my TBR. Yeah, maybe I'll do for the ones I have on my TBR already, but like pink and purple. I already read The Color Purple. I don't want to find books with that in the title. I mean, I'm sure I could find something good, but also I prefer to read from my TBR as much as possible. I'm going to Food Pyramid. It was surprisingly hard to get options that weren't fruit or beverages. Yeah, a lot of fruit on covers, which I didn't expect. The full meaning of my name is actually an oxymoron, as it means youthful / downy bearded. So maybe a young bearded man. There you go. Okay, then I would say like going for like gnomes. No, wait, not gnomes. What am I thinking of? Dwarves in like fantasy books. Because I think they get beards young. Yay, spin. Everyone start counting. The girl with a pearl earring, a clear winner for me. The personal librarian one, I'm nervous. I don't know what that is. But I'm going to be nervous for you because you're nervous. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Looks like All Quiet on the Western Front. Finally, we have one that doesn't have like a bunch of stipulations because I feel like the last couple have been like, there's been weird things that we needed to figure out how to clarify. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. The rest of mine are super, super short titles. I'll get read to cry in July. I feel like there was a mistype there, but I don't know what it was. I got The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden, which I'm really excited for. I still haven't read a Catherine Arden. Excellent spinning, Sarah. Thank you very much. How Late It Was. How late? Did I read that? No, I don't think I did. Why do I feel like I read that? I don't think I did. I think that was a Booker winner, right? I almost had a 3-way tie, but Dungeon Crawler Carl beats out the others 2 by 1. Wow. A 3-way tie. That would be crazy. Third long book in a row, The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. But I think I remember you liking that one a lot. I did. That was a 5-star. So hopefully you like it as well. The Adventures of Amina al-Sharafi. I feel like I recently saw that one on somebody's channel, somebody talking about it. Need to find another book. I only have 5 books left. Mine is The Great Derangement, Climate Change, and the Unthinkable. I've been on a nature writing / climate kick, so this is perfect. Nice. The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, Volume 1, by Beth Brower. It is only 106 pages. I've definitely seen somebody reading this series recently, and I can't decide if it's something that I would actually like or not. Just because I don't typically like what is the word? Ones that are written like journals or letters. I most don't like letters. Journals I'm more okay with. The Adventures of Taramon by Stephen F. Black. Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston for me. Is it Elston or Easton? Why did I think it was Easton? That's sad. I read that book and I can't remember. Might try to get it on audiobook for some road trips I have coming up. Oh, yeah. I think I might have done that one on audiobook mostly, actually. And it was during a road trip. So it worked for me, if you can get it. Somehow I'm still avoiding my long books. It's gonna get you in the end. I do have, mine are okay. It's like it's either long or short at this point. There's no like middle ground. I was worried I was going to end up with A Day of Fallen Night, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. But it looks like I'll finally get around to A Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. Nice. Got the Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. You must have some short titles. The Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. The Deeper the Water, the Uglier the Fish. Great title. Hyphenated words are one word. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is a 9-word title. Perfect. The Deeper... Oh, I was like, somebody else is reading. 1. I don't know what this is for her kid. 2. Oh, this is for the hyphenated word. I got Interview with a Vampire by Coffee. It's the first 3 books combined. So I have to read 1,200 pages. Can you just say it's just the first book? Because Interview with the Vampire is technically the title of the first book. I mean, unless you do you. I got a chunky one. Oh, you got Les Mis. I'm reading it in Swedish. There's no way I'm gonna attempt that. Hyphenated words for her kid are one word. Oh, okay. So like specifically said in her kid. That's great. Thank you so much. I love that you all know the rules so well, because it makes it so much easier. I really tried this time. I like watched some of the FAQ. I watched some of like the book Rex video, and yet still I still don't know so many things. And like they've already been talked about. So it's great. For Cordy, hyphenated words count as one, but it's by letter. Yes, sorry, for her kid though. Hyphenated words are one word according to FAQ from FAQ. Thank you so much, everybody. Emma Lion is the best. So I have a book that says an Adam Dalgliesh mystery, The Murder Room. I would say only count The Murder Room for that one, I think. Because I think that's more about like what series it's a part of. Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I have read from her before. So that's true. That is a good purple one. I had most short names, so my longest is The Devotion of Suspect X. The Personal Librarian is good. Oh, good. Typo. Ready to Cry in July. Okay, that makes more sense. Usually I can tell like when it's just like a couple letters, but that one I was having a hard time with. Going to read Automatic Noodle for the Her Kid food prompt. Ooh, yeah, automatic. For a second I thought it was atomic. The Adventures of Taramon just says magic awaits when you open this book. Go on, please, and take a look like first start. But enjoy the adventure. That's what it says like on the back of it. That's crazy. But it sounds fun. I like it. I've got The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. It will be my first Agatha Christie novel. Nice. I haven't read that one, but I know the thing because it was referenced in another book that I read by Peter Swanson, and I will never forgive him for that. My July pick is An Apprenticeship or The Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector, which I'm honestly pretty excited about. Good. Our Wives Under the Sea, which I was hoping to get to this summer. Ooh, and if you're doing her kid, that fits the familial term prompt. I didn't join TBR Spin in January, but I kind of want to join it from July. You totally can. You just need to start with 6 books. And then your first book will be the one that fits this prompt. I have 2 books with 22 letters. Ooh, you get to pick. Congrats. Purple Hibiscus is fantastic. My favorite 2025 read. Nice. What did you say? A memoir about toxic love, crossed out. Oh, self-worth. I think that all those letters would count. That's a tough one. My longest is 88 words. I'm assuming letters. Last branch standing, a potentially surprising, occasionally witty journey inside today's Supreme Court. That is long. I was pretty sure we'd get a few nonfictions with this one. And I totally forgot Strong Towns had like a second or a subtitle. 88 letter. Yeah. My version is technically titled Interview with the Vampire, the Vampire Chronicles Collection L. I got Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. I do want to do Emily Wilde's too. Yeah, that would be a fun one. Okay. I think we're ready. This was a long one. Thank you everybody for hanging in there as we got through that. I need to make sure the timer is correct because I think it was short for the last time I sprinted. Okay. And then I think if I refresh, yay. Okay. And then let's get me up. Oh wait, gotta share the right screen. There we go. I think, no, this one. Okay, good. All right. So our first reading sprint, we are going to get started. I'm going to look at this first. I'll be reading one of my favorite authors then. Oh, yay. The Bookshop of 99 Doors by Jamie Jo Wright. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, I think I am going to start the way I typically do, which is by reading the TBR Spin book for this sprint. I'll also probably get coffee and breakfast because I have not had that yet, and let the other kitties in now that Scout's done eating, and has been for quite some time. And I'll also be updating the Storygraph challenge. So if you do use the Storygraph challenge, don't forget to add your book there. And I think that's all the things. So happy reading, everybody. Okay, how did we do, everybody? Ugh, I did okay. I realized that I had like some notes that I needed to take for a video that I was filming, and I was worried if I didn't like write them down right when I thought of them, I would forget about them. So I ended up doing that, which took up some time. So I didn't get very far into Strong Towns, but I read the foreword and like half of the first chapter. So, but good so far. I mean, I think that I have differing viewpoints from like the actual author, but as far as like our takes on towns, so far they seem very similar. So a lot of it's just like, I agree. Yes, love a Sunday sprint. Ooh, reading Bandit Queens. I love Bandit Queens. And Ghostwall, a horror novella of sorts. I'm assuming this is for for Sarah finishing her kid. Jumping in late and checking the spin. I got The Privilege of the Sword by Ellen Kushner. Missed the spin. I'm sure somebody, yes, awesome. Yeah, most letters in it. And I try to put it on a little scrolly banner that you should see here. So if people aren't seeing that, let me know. But if you ever do come late, that's where it should be. And then it's also on the Storygraph. Oh no, 11 weeks wait for the audio. Good thing I have the physical copy here at home. I'm assuming this is for Anatomy of an Alibi, I think you were reading. Maybe I'll do Dungeon Crawler Carl 2 for my trips. Yeah. I mean, that's very fun too. But yeah, I think I got like a lucky like skip the line thing for Anatomy of an Alibi, which is why I ended up reading it or listening to it so quickly. And I think that's actually why I listened to the whole thing. I don't think I read it at all because I just got like the skip the line thing for the audiobook and not for anything else. I hope Europeans can buy portable window air conditioners. I'm in Northern California. We only get a few days in the year that are super hot, so I love mine. You put it in the window, shut the door. Yeah. We used that at one of our places in Florida. The AC was terrible and like we could not get the people to fix it. So we had to put window units upstairs because the upstairs would stay so hot and for so much of the year because it's Florida and it just generally stays hot for like 10 out of the 12 months. Perfect. Reading What We Can Know During the Sprint. Is that the Ian McEwan book? Ooh, let me know what you think. I should sue Granta for the stiff binding of the book I'm reading. It's so uncomfortable. I hate that. That's a pet peeve. I was reading Count of Monte Cristo yesterday. I put it down because of life things, but picked it up again yesterday. Read a chapter, 21 pages, and my book is getting very good. Oh, exciting. I know I really want to get back into The Gate of the Feral Gods, which I've done it. I've done my one sprint with this, even though I didn't read it as much as I would normally like. I think I'm going to skip my short story for today in the Penguin anthology just because I read Strong Towns. And also, I think I can finish this today. Not during sprints, but just like today in general. So I think that's going to be what I'm going to work on. Although I'm going to work on editing too. So I'll probably just do like read a chapter and then edit for the rest of the time for each of our sprints. But I really want to read more. 31 pages of The Bookshop of 99 Doors. Awesome. Okay. Finally getting into Underground Railroad. Oh, good. The first 50 pages were a little tough, but it's pulling me in now. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. So whenever I get around to that, I'll have to keep that in mind. I made it an 8 dinner for most of that sprint. Now I'm reading Kin by T.R. Jones, which is due back at the library soon. Only just started, but I know I'll love it already. I think you'll love it. And I loved the writing of it. I loved being with the characters. Oh, I still miss them. It's too hot to focus on my sci-fi reads. I switched to the Onyx Storm audiobook. Yeah. Do something that's just like easy. And that I feel like that's a good pick. I packed some books. I'm moving again. Oh, so I'm putting some stuff into storage. Ugh. Moving is the worst. Kin is next up on my TBR. Oh, awesome. read another chapter in the Watchmen graphic novel. Awesome. Thanks everyone for the hurt kid. Congrats. Yay. Read about 20 pages and got started on some laundry, boring things that still need to be done. Yeah, I'm ignoring those for now. Are you going to be participating in Her Kid 3.0? Yes, I am. I definitely am. The video I'll be editing in this next sprint after I finish a chapter of Gate of the Feral Gods is my planning video for Her Kid 3. Listening to my library audiobook, A Tropical Rebel Gets the Duke while making lunch and cleaning the kitchen. That is a title. I'm so interested in what that book is. Read 33 pages, very dramatic stuff happening. Ooh. It's excellent so far. Really enjoying it. Oh, good. Awesome. Yeah, because I am interested in that one. And I do think that it works for some Her Kid prompts. I think. I was underwhelmed by what we can know. It felt very much like literary author discovers sci-fi tropes. I've been there with some literary authors before. But I do think that I tend to they can still get me with that even when it has that feeling. But I think it's just because I really like literary fiction. I really like when it has a little bit of sci-fi in it. So even if it's not super well done, I do think I tend to like they can get me pretty easy with that one. I'm probably the target demographic. I'd love to own all the Dungeon Crawler hardbacks, but they're so expensive in the UK, and I'm getting them all on Audible gradually. Yes, they're expensive here as well. I do have 5 of them. They're probably the most money I've spent on books in quite some time. But I'm going to be bringing books to my used bookstore to get credits, and you can use those credits. They don't just have used books. They oftentimes have the Dungeon Crawler Carl books, although it's usually only one of them at a time. So you just kind of have to cross your fingers and hope it's one that you need to read. But the credits can work for up to half of the cost of a book. So I can do that. And I still haven't brought all of my books that I decided to unhaul for the new year. Oh my God. We're halfway through the year and I haven't done that yet. Oof. I've gotten rid of some of them that have been through little libraries that are just either they're ARCs, so I'm not going to bring them to used bookstore anyways, or they're more beat up because I got them from a little library to begin with, or ones that I don't know, kind of want to share through that. But I have some nice additions of things that I'm going to bring to the used bookstore. Made it to my first sprint. Yay. I got through 60 pages of Ghost Roots by Pemi Aguda. It's short stories about being haunted by the past. Oof. Love that kind of stuff. I read about 26 pages, started Sea Road by Ursula K. Le Guin. Loving it so far. I do need to read another Le Guin. First time catching these live. Yay. Oh, glad you're here. I'm going to be reading Count of Monte Cristo as the longest title in my stack. Oof. Well, there are 2 other people actively reading Count of Monte Cristo here. Well, not actively as in during these sprints, but they are in the middle of it. Oh yes, Stacey's one of them. Finding Count, very readable. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, okay. I'm trying to prep myself already for being only 1 chapter of Dungeon Crawler Carl because I know what's going to happen once I start. Once I get, especially because they do a good job of the end of chapters making you want to start the next chapter. But I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do some editing. And actually I am having fun editing because I'm past the first edit. Second edit's more fun. So it should be good. But yeah, let's go ahead and skip the rest of this break. We just have a few seconds left, and I'm excited about Dungeon Crawler Carl. So happy reading, everybody. Amelia, I am planning on doing this sprint and then I think another 2. I think hoping for 4 sprints total. Okay, how did we do? I read through a chapter of Dungeon Crawler Carl. It is getting so good. I don't know how many chapters there are total, but I'm on chapter 33. I feel like it was like 35 or 36. I don't remember. I always get nervous trying to check because, oh, that's epilogue. Wait, how close am I? I know that the backs of these editions have like these little short stories. Okay, 34. I'm like trying so hard not to like actually look at anything. There's 34 chapters in this and then an epilogue. And I just finished chapter 32. I'm not okay. Oh no. Wait, but I don't want it to end because I know it's going to be a minute. Well, no, I if I do a really good job of the reading that I'm planning on doing for this month, for July, then I think I'm going to just hop right into book 5. But I do need to like get to those books first. So I keep picking up this mug. This mug is like on my desk and it's usually what I drink my coffee out of. But because it was in here when Curtis was making coffee out there and I was in here live streaming, it's in this mug. And I keep trying to drink out of that one. Anyways, where were we? Okay, so yeah, I'd already responded to this. Planning on 2 more sprints after this one, after this moment in time. I'm going back to one of my library nonfictions. Awesome. I don't know what the ooze are about. Maybe the sprints that we have left. I don't know. I joined later. I started with The Loneliness of Sunny and Sunny. Read the first chapter, and so far I like it. Oh, good. I really liked The Loneliness of Sunny and Sunny. And if you like the writing, I think you'll like it in general. I didn't read a lot. This is mostly a lunch sprint for me. Yeah, it is about lunchtime here, but I didn't have my breakfast until the first sprint of this. So sorry for the typo there. Oops, I fell asleep for half the sprint. It's hot and I'd eaten dinner. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I feel like heat just makes me want to just fall asleep. Made it to 60%. The book is really dense, and I get the feeling that it might be a bit too long. Oh, wait, what were you reading? How late it was? How late? Is that the one you were reading, or is that your pick for TBR Spin? I can't remember now. Only read a few pages. Got distracted by softball on TV. That works too. I love the idea of reading during sporting things, especially like baseball, just because I feel like there's a lot of downtime and like a lot of the period of the game that like doesn't super matter. That sounds like I don't like baseball. I actually really do like baseball. But I feel like I never do. Well, also like we have no way of watching sports here. Like we don't have cable, and they've like made it next to impossible to like watch sporting events. So it's kind of hard. I only read like 13 pages because the book was making me think / reflect too hard. Not a bad thing though. Yes. Yeah. And kudos to you for giving yourself time to do that. I think reading fast is overrated if you are not taking the time to like sit with things when needed. Some books don't need it, but some books very much do. Read the first 43 pages of Into the Drowning Deep. Very different vibes than Tropical Rebel. 42% into Onyx Storm. We're supposed to get the next book this year. Onyx Storm is the 3rd, right? Or is it Iron? Is Onyx Storm the 3rd? I think Onyx Storm is the 3rd. I don't own them anymore. I looked over to check, but I can't. Actually, I do think I still have on the 3rd book, which I think is Onyx Storm. I think I do still have it in as one of the books that I'm going to be donating to the used bookstore. It feels weird to say donating because like technically I do get credits for it. So I read 34 pages of my book and the plot is unraveling and I'm having the greatest time. Love that. This book is so easy to read, but also deeply unsettling, which is my kind of book. Good. I joined in late too. I'm reading It Lasts Forever and Then It's Over. Welcome in. We still have 2 sprints left. 41% of the way through Do Not Say We Have Nothing by Madeline Tyne, maybe. Biography of X. That's right. Yeah, that is a big one. So yeah, I feel like a lot. There are a few big books where I'm like, yeah, this was all worth the page count. Well, maybe not few, but I do know of a lot of big books where I'm like, you didn't need to. You didn't need to be that long. I love reading while watching baseball. Yeah, I do think it's the best sport that like goes along with it. I do most of my reading during sports as my husband is a huge sports fan, so I have no choice. I do a lot of my reading while Curtis plays video games. Like that's my favorite. If he's like playing video games out in the living room, I'm like, I could probably read right now. It might be like a Pavlov's dog thing now. At this point, I like hear video games and I'm like, oh, time to read. I also enjoy reading while watching baseball. Yes, I love reading during baseball, especially now that my team is bad and I don't have to be locked in. Oh, don't talk to me about bad teams. I don't know. I moved to this state and all of a sudden my team is terrible. No, the Rays in Florida are pretty good. And I think I still consider them to be my team just because like I grew up with them. My hometown is like where their feeder team plays. So I got to like see those games growing up. And then one of my friends, her husband was one of the coaches for the Rays for some time now. Now he works in hockey for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's not like he's a statistics coach. So jumping sports isn't weird. But yeah, so I like went to a lot of games for that. And so I have a lot of love in my heart for the Rays, and they're a pretty good team, especially for the group that they're in, the region that they're in. But man, those Rockies are bad. And that's our team here. So but I guess it does make it easy to read during if we watched any of the games ever. The heat is also makes me feel sleepy. Yeah, I feel like that's always how I feel with heat. Like I remember going on a trip with some friends to Colombia, and we spent like the day on a beach, and we got like one of those beds, but it was just one for like the four of us. So we were literally like lined up side to side in this bed because we didn't want to spend more money on more beds. And we thought that we would be like moving around more, but we were all like dead because it was so hot that day. It was the hottest day of our trip. So we would basically like just go into the water sometimes to like cool off and then like lay in the bed. And then we're all like in the same book club. Like that's how we met, was the book club I started back in Florida. And we would just like be reading our books. I still remember I was reading The Room by Emma Donahue. Is that her last name? Or I think it's just called Room, not The Room. The Room is a very different movie. And then I also started Annihilation on that trip as well, by Jeff Vandermeer. And that was my first Jeff Vandermeer. But yeah, it was really just us reading like a couple pages and then like falling asleep because it was just so hot. Can confirm reading while watching sporting events is amazing. Love it. My cat Simba came to cuddle. He's too warm and keeps trying to lick my face. Help. It seems like a lot of people are too warm for their cat to be cuddling right now. I'm very happy that Zuko settled on top of the bookshelf, because usually during one of the sprints, he's decided that like he will be on my lap for the entirety of the sprint. Onyx Storm is the third. Okay. The second one's like Iron something. Oh, that would have been helpful for Herkyed. I wonder what the fourth book is going to be called. It'd be really helpful if she put an element in there from the periodic table. Can anybody ask Rebecca Yarros to do that? Anybody got contacts with Rebecca Yarros? Because the Jays are bad right now and I love them. Yep. It's rough. It's kind of, I don't know. There's something like fun and like commiserating about having your team be bad in a place. Like, I don't know anything about the Rockies except that they're bad right now. And I can commiserate with like other people that live here, even though I don't know anything. So like, there is that, I guess. I'm here in Pittsburgh, the poor Pirates. Oh, well, my friend's husband he's my friend too. I just talk to her a lot more. But he works for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So if you ever go to one of those games, I don't know. Look out for him. I don't know where that was going. We'll pause for just a second while I get this last comment. I read during cricket because it's 5 days long, but today was crazy drama, so it distracted me. Ooh, maybe I need to get into cricket. It's like the even better version of baseball for reading. I like this idea. Okay, so sprint number 3, we'll go ahead and get started. Happy reading, everybody. Okay, that was Sprint 3. How did everybody do? I started reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, but then when I was thinking about it, I was like, if I have 2 chapters left and then the epilogue, then I kind of like don't want to get into reading it and just be like, I'm only going to read 1 chapter and then I'm going to switch to editing. So I decided I would just focus on editing during that. And then I'm going to try to finish editing this video and then like in general for my day and then read Dungeon Crawler Carl. So I probably won't finish or like be reading it anymore on this stream because I still have a good deal more to edit. I think I'm maybe halfway through the like second cut of this, which is the last I only go through twice. Except for the Herkid videos. I have to go through those 3 times because there's a lot of like extras to add. But I think that that's what I'm going to do. I am having fun editing though. I decided that I would focus more on, I guess, quality over quantity. I don't know. I get stuck in the trap of like wanting to upload once a week at least. And I think that that's been kind of detrimental to my motivation for posting on YouTube, because that tends to mean that I only edit it to the point where it's like, that's good enough. And then I get it out there. And then I'm like moving on to the next thing, which good enough for me is typically just like getting through the A cut of it and then like maybe doing a second pass for like ums and uhs and stuff, or making sure like I didn't say anything incorrectly that I need to like put in text or something. And then like also putting in images of books that I am not like holding up physically. So that is like the least fun part of editing. Like doing the A cut is so boring to me, of just actually cutting together like the me saying things the correct way and everything. Whereas going through the second time is a lot more fun. And I almost never spend any time doing it. And so I think that if I do spend more time doing it, yes, it'll take longer to get videos out, but it'll also mean that I'll have more fun with it in general and like remember the things I like about editing. And so I think that it would be more beneficial overall. So that's the idea. Obviously, still having a Herkid post every month, probably 2 if I go the way of having a TBR video for each. Ooh, I don't know if I've talked about that yet, actually. Or if that's purely talked about in the planning video that I'm about to release. But I'm thinking of doing TBR videos for Herkid this year. I don't know if I'll keep that up through the year, but just something I'm trying out for maybe like the first couple months, see how it goes. There's like more stipulations or goals, I guess, around them. But that I'll save that for the video. That's when I go over all of that. So yeah, having at least those 2 videos every month and then having whatever else I make just be truly like, I'm just having fun doing it and I'm excited about it. And I spent more time editing it, to have fun during that part of it as well. That's what I've been thinking lately anyways. I get the impression that for the periodic table prompts, it helps if you are reading fantasy. Yeah, I think the ones that I've been interested in, well, Chlorine's not a fantasy. I think that's literary fiction. Is it? I don't know. I think it's also like a weird book. I don't think it's like horror weird, but maybe it is. I don't remember actually. I just remember being interested in it. And so I've had that as like flagged in my brain. But then definitely like Iron Widow is fantasy. Quicksilver is fantasy. I think I'm going to be doing Golden Fool by Robin Hobb. That's fantasy. Silver Nitrate, which is a book I think exists. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the Sylvia Moreno Garcia book, right? Is Silver Nitrate. So that's like, I think, Gothic horror. But yeah, I do think that there's more to pull from in the fantasy realm. A couple of nonfiction prompts for periodic table. Oh yeah, Radium Girls. I do. That one is a definite possibility for me to read. And then True Color, The Strange and Spectacular History of Defining Color from Azure to Zinc Pink. Ooh. I'm gonna need to like read the synopsis for that one. But it can also work for pink and zinc, which for 2 different Herkid prompts. That's a good one. 33 pages of The Bookshop of 99 Doors. Awesome. I finished a chapter of Project Hail Mary with 1 second left in the sprint. So satisfying. Yes, that is the best. Late joining, but I finished my June read, The God of Small Things. Oh, did you like it? That was a good one. I like a book with an interesting, unlikable character. I agree. I very much agree. Got about a chapter and a half read in my nonfiction. Great job. Her kid changed your channel a lot, didn't it? It did, yeah. I would say so. I think I've always really loved reading challenges, but I feel like that gave me a like path that works really well for me. And I think I underestimated the value of a challenge that spans like a very long period of time. Besides TBR Spin, obviously I've been doing TBR Spin for a while. But also I do think my channel was kind of changing prior to that. It's just that that's where I landed, if that makes sense. Because early on, I was doing a lot more like single book reviews per video, which sometimes I do miss, but only for very specific books. I think for a bit there, I was pushing myself to do it for like every book I read, which sometimes I didn't have a lot to say about them. And so I didn't really like doing that. And I think I'd prefer to pick ones that I really have a lot to say about. So I might do some of those in the future. I don't know. I don't think they're the most like clickable thing ever, unless like the book has won an award or the video is already made and then the book wins an award. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's tough because a lot of thought does go into those videos. Just looked it up. Storygraph has chlorine as a horror. Okay. That does make sense to me. I think in my head, I was thinking just weird in general, but I feel like a lot of books that are weird, like very weird, tend to be horror. I'm reading Chlorine right now, and I would say it's horror. Okay, good to know. Thank you very much. Yes, Pink for Rainbow. Awesome. 23 pages of Gunslinger. I'm definitely digging it. Okay, yes. Dark Tower, that's right. That's very good. I have read the first book. I have read The Gunslinger. I did end up deciding to team up the series. I was worried to tell you that before you had started, but also I think you might have said that this was you were rereading the first three, so you already knew that you liked them. But yeah, it wasn't for me personally. I don't know if Stephen King in general. There are things about his books that I like, but his writing style I don't love. So I go very back and forth with him, but I definitely want to read like his bigger books. I've read a few of them already. I plan on continuing, but I don't think I am like a huge Stephen King fan like some people are. But just I like the stories that or like the plots that he brings together, but I don't always love his writing style. Cobalt Red is also a nonfiction with an element in the title, and it also works for the rainbow in the titles. I haven't read it, but it's on my TBR. Nice. Awesome. Speaking of Zuko, any thoughts on the new season of Avatar live action? Were we speaking? Oh, I think like last break we were. Yeah, he's still up there. So I actually haven't watched any of the live action of Avatar. I was so nervous about, I think because the movie, which I haven't watched the movie either. I've just heard like terrible things. I think that scared me. And also I love the original show so much. So I've watched through that several times, like through the entire original show many times. And I do think that I want to do the live action though. I was recently talking to a friend about this, and I think that I've deemed it as like, okay, I should try. Because I don't know. It's tough when you love something so much. It's almost like scary to see a rendition of it. And it's different when it's like, when it's book to show or movie, I think I'm like more excited about it because it's like, oh, now I can like see it visually. But being show to other show is a tough point in my brain. But I think I'm going to give it a shot. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. But yeah, that's actually something that was top of mind very recently for me. So that was a good question to ask. Okay, so one more sprint for today. I am going to continue editing probably the whole time. And yeah. Okay, my computer is working on overdrive right now, just out of frame. So if you hear a ridiculous fan, I swear sometimes Max. Yes, this is so nice to say, Amelia. Thank you. Please don't forget to leave a like. It really does help these out. These sprints grow like every time that I do them, so it's really awesome. I started a 9.5 hour road trip about an hour after you started. I went back to listen to opening while driving. Nice. Oh, that's so fun. I don't have my stack with me. That makes sense. But since you're counting subtitles, I'm certain my July book will be my only nonfiction on the stack, as it was for me, The Falcon Thief by Joshua Hammer. Nice. I have to head out. Happy sprinting, everyone. Good luck with the spin books. Thank you so much for joining. Made it from 50 to 66% in my book. Very good for that book, especially. So these sprints are very helpful. I'm glad. I hope that the weather gets better, that the heat breaks, and things will start to cool off a little bit so that you can be more a part of the world and not just worrying about staying cool. That's no fun. On page 43 of Kin, thanks so much for sprints. It has been lovely to be able to join. Yes, I'm so glad to have everybody here, especially since it's been a while since we've done one on the weekend. And in the morning, which is probably more important for you all that aren't able to join for my after work ones, because those are in the middle of the night for you. Stay cool, everyone. Yes, absolutely. I woke up from a nap 3 minutes ago. Nice. Honestly, if I could only count the number of sprints I've fallen asleep during, but not my own. That's never happened on my own. If that did, that honestly is impressive. Thanks for the sprints. Absolutely. 75% read of my book. Gonna finish it today. That's awesome. I'm excited to finish mine as well. I got a chapter read in the children at some point though. Oh, good. Even with the nap. That's awesome. Okay, so that's going to do it for today. Thank you all so much for joining and helping me get through a lot. And for the spin and all of the good stuff. But yeah, I should have a video coming out very, very shortly. I don't think today. I think today's probably not going to happen, but tomorrow for sure. Should have my Hercade planning video out. So get excited because I'm excited. Yeah, absolutely. Feeling more like a human being again would be great. Yes, take care. Stay cool, everyone. Bye.